Donald J. Trump still mentally sharp enough to lead? Some say yes, some say absolutely not. Most are just trying to make sense of what they're seeing. And in a world full of spin, half-truths, and political cheerleading, somebody's gotta actually break this down without bowing to either side. So let's do that. What we can see 1 Timothy 3:2 requires overseers to be sober-minded. Not rumors, not diagnosis, just what's visible. Trump repeats certain stories, over and over. He mixes up names, dates, or timelines. Sometimes his sentences wander into alleys they never return from. He'll jump topics mid-sentence like he's changing TV channels with no remote. People point to clips, speeches, and
They all come back brilliantly together. And it's like, and friends of mine that are like English professors, they say, it's the most brilliant thing I've ever seen. But the fake news, you know what they say? He rambled. That's not rambling. They all come back brilliantly together. And it's like, and friends of mine that are like English professors, they say, it's the most brilliant thing I've ever seen. But the fake news, you know what they say? He rambled. That's not rambling.
Views where he seems unfocused, and they ask the obvious question, is this normal aging, or something more? Fair question, but here's the truth. Public behavior isn't medical evidence. What we cannot say. Ecclesiastes chapter 12 verses 1-7 talks about aging and deteriorating body, mind. Let's be adults about this. Nobody, not me, not you, not the media, can diagnose dementia or cognitive decline by watching TV clips. Not for Trump, not for anyone. To call something dementia you need medical exams, cognitive tests, clinical evaluation, long-term observation, actual patient data. We don't have that, so we don't slap a label on someone we haven't evaluated. But we can evaluate public leadership. The real issue is the mental fitness to lead. Hosea chapter 4 verse 6. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Does Donald J. Trump's current communication, his memory lapses, verbal detours, and contradictions, affect his fitness for office? That is fair game, because the presidency isn't a retirement hobby. It's pressure, it's crisis management, it's clarity, it's judgment under fire. And when a leader shows confusion, even occasionally, the world notices.
For all of humanity. Today I stand before the United Nations General Assembly to share the extraordinary progress we've made. In less than 2 years, my administration has accomplished more than almost any administration in the history of our country. America's so true. United States distinguished delegates, ambassadors, and world leaders. 6 years have passed since I last stood in this grand hall and addressed a world that was prosperous and at peace in my first term. Since that day, the guns of war have shattered the peace I forged on 2 continents. An era of calm and stability gave way to one of the great crises of our time. And here in the United States, 4 years of weakness.
The markets notice, allies notice, enemies definitely notice. His supporters' argument, Proverbs chapter 16 verse 31, gray hair as a crown of glory. He's always talked like this. He's improvisational, he's entertaining, not declining. He uses repetition as a strategy. Some note he's always used unusual phrasing and tangents, even in the 1980s. And in fairness, they're right about one thing. Trump has had a unique speaking style for decades. His critics' argument, no, something's changed, he mixes up leaders, gets lost in speeches. His tangents aren't showmanship, they're confusion. He contradicts himself in seconds. They also highlight moments where he struggles to recall simple details or drifts into non-sequiturs. Are they diagnosing him? They shouldn't be. But are they pointing out patterns? Yes, and that's allowed. The biblical lens. Scripture doesn't diagnose dementia, but it does speak about leadership, age, wisdom, and clarity. Proverbs chapter 16 verse 31. Gray hair is honor when the person walks in wisdom. Ecclesiastes chapter 10 verse 16. Woe to a nation led by unfit rulers. 1 Corinthians chapter 14 verse 33. God is not the author of confusion. Isaiah chapter 3 verse 4. Immature or unstable leadership is a judgment on a people. The test isn't age, it's clarity, self-control, and sound judgment. Things every leader, Trump included, must be measured by. The honest middle ground. Does Donald J. Trump show behaviors that raise questions about mental sharpness? Yes, anyone paying attention can see that. Does that mean dementia? We do not know. Nobody outside his doctors can say that responsibly. But does the American public deserve to ask about the mental fitness of a man seeking to lead the world? Absolutely. That's not disrespect. That's accountability. Leadership demands clarity. It demands steadiness. It demands a mind capable of handling a nation, not just a rally crowd. Whether you support Donald J. Trump or can't stand him, the question of mental fitness isn't partisan. It's essential, because a nation can survive bad policies. But a nation led by someone mentally slipping? That's a whole different story. Like, subscribe, and stay sharp. The truth doesn't fear inspection.
I know nothing about that. They would have announced that a long time ago. It's really, what did he mean when he spent all the time with Bill Clinton, with the president of Harvard, who you know, that is Summers, Larry Summers, whatever his name is, and all of the other people that he spent time with. Jeffrey Epstein and I had a very bad relationship for many years. But he also saw strength because I was president. So he dictated a couple of memos to himself. Give me a break. You got to find out, what did he know with respect to Bill Clinton, with respect to the head of Harvard, with respect to all of those people that he knew, including J.P. Morgan Chase.
Sir,
Yeah, Jennifer, go ahead. Go ahead.
Incriminating in the file, sir.
Venezuela,
Why
sir.
not act? Why
Quiet,
acting as a
quiet, McGee.
On
Go ahead.
Venezuela, sir, you've had a lot of meetings.